This is logs from broadcasting on Deadfreck, a survivor's journal during the fall of everything. If you're new, check the broadcasts.
I spent most of the morning in the main room, trying to keep my mind busy. But it's getting harder. I keep replaying what happened yesterday, the way that thing moved, the way it looked at me. It wasn't some wild animal. It wasn't a movie zombie. It didn't foam at the mouth or claw at the walls. It just paused and thought, or seemed to. I've been trying to compare it to something. I keep thinking about those old horror movies Duncan and I used to watch. The kind with shambling corpses or cryptid creatures lurking in the woods. None of them really captured how quiet it all feels. The silence afterward. The not knowing who's out there. The not knowing if it's just you. What keeps sticking with me is how it didn't attack the second it saw someone. It took its time, like it had to remember how. It felt deliberate, but not clever. Just rehearsed. I organized supplies again, rearranged things, found a box of old matches in one of the drawers and left them near the canisters. I don't know if I'll need them, but having them there felt like a win. There was a wallet wedged behind the radiator. Leather, dried out. Only thing inside was a card with an expiration date from years ago. No photo, no real clue, just another dead end. Sometime around mid-afternoon, the monitor flickered. Just for a second. A flash of white, static maybe. By the time I looked at it directly, it was the same as always. Black screen, faint pulsing light in the lower corner. I'm sure the flicker wasn't in my head. But I don't have a keyboard. No buttons. Nothing to press. So I turned it toward the wall and walked away. Later, I sat by the mic and recorded another broadcast. It was harder this time. My voice cracked partway through and I had to start over. I didn't say much, just described what I saw, tried not to sound like I was losing it. I don't know if anyone's hearing these, but I keep doing it. I think I have to. After the broadcast, I ate in silence and watched the hill again. No movement, just trees, just stillness. I thought about Duncan. If he made it to his family, if he's seen what I saw, if he's okay. I've stopped sleeping in the back room. I stay closer to the console now. I don't know why. Maybe it's the only thing that still feels like it connects to the outside world. The station feels safe. I keep telling myself that, over and over. Just before I was about to lie down, I heard it again. That soft scrape. Same wall, same spot. Faint, like something brushing lightly against the metal from the outside. Not enough to be threatening, just enough to notice. I didn't move for a while. Just stood there. It didn't happen again. No footsteps, no follow-up sound. But I haven't turned the lights off, and I'm still holding the spear. I knew I had to go out today. There wasn't anything left to stretch. The food's running low and the tap water's turning into more rust than water. I've been avoiding it, but waiting doesn't make it better. The air felt heavy this morning. Overcast skies that never seemed to break. No birds, no wind, just stillness, like the forests holding its breath. I packed the multi-tool, a few bottles, and the spear. Took the same route to the gas station. It was still untouched, like everyone just walked out and never came back. Lights off, doors unlocked. I swept the place top to bottom, found a few sealed water bottles behind the counter, grabbed a can of soup, a box of cereal bars, and 2 ready-to-eat meals, the kind you microwave. They looked fresh enough, no signs of spoil. I don't think I was the first one to dig through the shelves, but there's still stuff left. It hasn't been long. Maybe 4 weeks since this all started. Feels longer, but everything still looks recent. On the way back, I took the old shortcut through the trees, the one Duncan showed me when we were up at the cabin. It's overgrown now, narrow, damp, with roots that reach like fingers. I turned a bend and walked straight into it. Solid body, human-shaped. I recoiled, said, "Sorry," like an idiot. It didn't move. It didn't speak. The smell hit first. Damp clothes, sweat, and something chemical, like bleach and mold mixed together. Its face was pale, eyes wide, unfocused, like it was staring past me, or through me. Its head tilted slowly, like it was trying to understand what I was. The breathing was uneven, too shallow. No rhythm, just air slipping in and out of its mouth like it was pretending to be alive. Then it leaned forward, not to strike, just to get closer, like it was studying me. That's when it lunged, fast, abrupt. No sound, I ran, dropped the spear. I could hear it, not sprinting, just moving fast, bare feet or old shoes scraping through the mud and leaves. Then it caught me. Not a full grab, just a rake across my shoulder. Sharp, quick. I didn't stop, didn't look back. I slammed the station doors shut behind me, locked it, and pressed myself against it until the shakes passed. I cleaned the cut. It's shallow, but it burns. I made the broadcast, didn't mention what happened, just checked in. Kept it simple. I've been listening ever since. No footsteps, no return. But I can still feel its eyes on me, like it's out there, trying to remember my shape. I slept better last night. Not good, but better. Long stretches without waking up. No sounds outside, no dreams I can remember. The cut still stings. This morning I unwrapped it to check. There's some oozing now, not blood. More like a clear, sticky fluid, no smell, no redness. But it doesn't look right either. I rinsed it again, put fresh cloth over it. No fever, no real pain. Just a weird kind of pressure under the skin. I told myself it's healing. That's what healing looks like sometimes. I made the morning broadcast. Nothing much to report. I kept it short. After that, I needed to move. I've been too still, sitting in the same 3 rooms, staring at the same walls, thinking the same thoughts. So I went outside. The air was colder than I expected. Still no wind, just cold and quiet. The trees around the station aren't too dense. There's a bit of clearing on one side where the grass has gone brittle and pale. I walked the perimeter. Just slow, quiet steps around the building. The siding is cracked in places, like weather damage. No signs anyone's lived here in a while. The back side of the building is half buried in soil and vines, maybe a mudslide at some point. There's a door back there, but it's rusted shut. I tried it once, then gave up. I found a pile of branches that looked like it had been stacked on purpose. Not firewood. Too messy. Like someone started cleaning up and didn't finish. Saw some old tire marks in the dirt, mostly faded now. Maybe from whoever used to come here. Maybe older. I didn't hear anything. No birds, no wind, no insects. Just the sound of my boots in the dirt and the crunch of old leaves. I think I'd forgotten how quiet can really be. For a little while, it felt like everything was normal again. I made a full circle and came back to the front. Nothing new, no movement, no signs of it. I didn't realize how much I was hoping I wouldn't see anything. Until I got back inside and locked the door again. I've been sitting here since, thinking about Duncan again, wondering if he made it to his family, wondering if he'd even come back here if he did. The cut's still oozing, not worse, not better. The monitor's still glowing in the corner. It's always on. Always has been. But now there's something new. A bar. Faint, barely visible at the bottom. Like something is loading. No label, no sound. Just a slow, steady progress line. I haven't touched anything. I don't think I could, even if I wanted to. I'll check again in the morning. I woke up late. Not because I was comfortable, just drained. The kind of sleep where your body forces itself to stop, where you wake up feeling like you missed something. The wounds still oozing, slow, clear, sticky, no swelling, no fever. I cleaned it again just to be safe. The cloth I wrapped it in yesterday had a yellowish stain. Maybe that's normal, maybe not. I'm trying not to obsess over it. I rationed again, ate a third of a cereal bar and a handful of dry oats. Didn't even bother boiling water today. It just felt like going through the motions. I made the broadcast a little after noon. I didn't say much, just talked. Said it was day 9. Mentioned I was still here, still alone. Still hoping someone would hear me. No fancy tech, no signal strength. Just a mic and my voice. After that, I sat down and zoned out for a while. My mind's been foggy, drifting in loops. Then I saw it, the monitor. Same soft glow, always there, always on. But this time, a message. Where is all this happening? Just one line, top left corner, white text, blinking slow. I didn't type it. I couldn't have. No keyboard. I don't know how it got there. But I know what it means. Someone heard me. Maybe through the broadcasts. Maybe something else. So, if you're listening, if you're watching, here's your answer. This is rural Canada, somewhere east of Kamloops, I think. I flew in from Denmark to visit my friend Duncan. He's from here. We met in school, stayed in touch. I came out for a 5-day vacation, hiking, food, no pressure. That was almost 4 weeks ago. There weren't any warnings, no sirens. One day everything was normal, the next it wasn't. Duncan's family has a cabin out this way. That's where we were when it all went quiet. He left to check on his family, had the only vehicle. I stayed behind. I left a note in case he came back. After a while, I started walking. I found this station. I don't know what it was. No labels, no signage. Just this room, the mic, the monitor. It's not much. But it works. And now someone's listening. I don't feel less alone yet, but I feel seen. And I don't know if that's better or worse. I didn't sleep well last night. Not bad dreams exactly, just light sleep. Kept drifting in and out, like my body didn't trust rest. When I got up, the first thing I did was check the monitor again. Still the same. Still glowing. Still silent. I stared at it longer than I probably should have. Thought maybe another message would show up. Maybe the same one. Maybe something else. But nothing changed. Eventually, I made breakfast, if you can call it that. A chunk of canned potato and half a protein bar. Washed it down with a few sips from one of the water bottles I brought back yesterday. Didn't want to waste too much of it. I don't know when I'll be able to get more. I sat by the window and listened. There was nothing out there. No birds, no wind. Just stillness. Later, I started cleaning up the main room again. Not sure why. Boredom, probably. Or maybe it helps me feel like I'm doing something, even when I'm not. Just wiping things down, shifting things around, checking drawers. That's when I found the key. It wasn't hidden, just buried under a stack of old manuals and folded paper. A small brass key with no tag. Could be for a drawer or a cabinet or something outside. I put it in my pocket and kept going. I've had a headache all morning. Could be from the wound. or from not eating enough, or the dust. It's hard to tell anymore. I tried to ignore it. Around midday, I went outside. Just needed air. I walked the perimeter, checked the trees, kicked at some of the trash near the side door. Same usual stuff. Old soda cans, broken crates, a ripped-up sleeping bag I found 2 days ago. Then, I saw one. Same kind of shape as before. Same twitchy posture. Standing half hidden behind a trunk maybe 15 meters ahead. I stopped walking. Just stood there. It looked at me. Not like a wild animal looks at prey. More like it was trying to figure something out. It didn't growl, didn't move. It just stared. For a long time. And then it walked away. Just like that. It turned and wandered off through the trees, slow and crooked like its legs weren't working right. I didn't move for a full minute, maybe more. Just stood there and stared at the space where it had been. Heart thudding so loud, it felt like part of the air. I went back inside. Locked the door behind me. Haven't said anything since. The wound looks the same. The bandage is sticking. There's no smell. But I don't know what that thing saw when it looked at me. I don't know what I look like to them. That's all I've got right now.